Make it go.
It's going. Casey should be playing us in.
You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Ain't no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than a dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to Lunch with Laz and Jack. Today in the studio, we are joined by
Skoda.
And Casey Cupcakes is somewhere here. I don't know where he ran off to.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
Yep. Today is the first day of Release 28.
That is right. For the record, today is March 31st, 2016. It is Thursday, and that means it's release day here. Last Thursdays of the month in Shroud of the Avatar.
Party time.
It is.
And you may... Yeah, if you notice that the set looks a little different, that is because we had to relocate due to the tornado that ran through the regular set.
And
yes.
Yeah, everywhere else in the game. There's all sorts of weird stuff happening this morning, folks. Of course, we're going to tell you a little bit about what's going on, some of the little glitches. There are some people who are locked out. They are working on it. So just stick tight, and they will have patches out to fix all these glitches ASAP. I understand they are working furiously down there at the offices to get these patches in and get everybody straightened out. And as we find out more about all this, of course, we will bring it to you, keep you updated. That's what we do here. But we do have Release 28 instructions. We've got a lot of new content to talk about. All sorts of great things. We're experiencing some interesting things that we didn't experience in playtesting, of course. For the last week or so, since last Friday, you've heard us mention it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Friday, the QA server usually comes up, and we get out there and we're allowed to play around and hammer the living daylights out of the machines and see what we can find so that we don't have too many of these bugs. And of course, you know, we always have a couple release to release, but that's par for the course.
Yep. So it is going to be interesting. So
hey, you stole my nut butter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You stole my nut butter.
Stuff is hard to come by.
I had 2 jars in front of me up for sale, and now one's over by Jack. Now he stole the other one. Now I have no nut butter.
Have you looked at Jack's junk to see what all's on it?
Yeah, there's a banana. There's some nut butter and something else. What was the other item? Oh, the other item was... oh, geez, I know what it was. Huh?
A couple black pearls.
Yeah, black pearl. Okay.
That's what it was.
That's what's on Jack's junk. And yes, when you hear us refer to Jack's junk, that's Jack's vendor over here. You can see me highlighting. Jack's junk is real, folks. I don't know if that came out right.
It's real one.
we still are in Owl's Head.
Yes.
We're just to the west of the lower town. So if you go look for the Duke Keep, we are on the road over there.
Yeah,
so
you can just look up. You can go to any guard, or you can go to any skill trainer in towns and look up where people live. But we are just to the west, right behind the old lot, for those of you who want to come out and join us today.
What's wrong with your bird today?
What's that?
Well, the real set is completely destroyed, so
Yes.
we cannot use it unless we want to really, really broadcast something really, really bad.
And it was
So
decided beforehand that we would rather just do this show in a normal fashion and not bash the guys down there for bugs. While we know they're there, there's no need to show everybody. So
Oh, I thought you
so-
had rearranged it.
No, is
No.
word.
It's a bug.
Yeah, word is leave everything alone. When the patch
And then
comes
it'll
out,
fix.
everything will snap back into place. Supposedly,
Neat. I want to see.
You want to see something interesting? Go look at the pub across the street from us and see what happens.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, Laz, are you there?
Yes, we are here. How you doing, Miss Jade?
Not particularly well. I do have a technical question. I don't know if it's happening to any of the listeners, but I was patching. It was going really slow, so I X'd out like I normally do. And now it's patching me from 0, and I've tried it several times.
Ooh.
Error.
Have you rebooted the machine before repatching?
Shall I X out and reboot then, you think?
Worth a shot.
It might be foobarred though.
I think it's the patch updater that's messed up because the updater itself was updated this release.
Yes, they
and
did some work on the patch updater.
So that's more than likely what's getting to the 0 portion. And so
Does that mean I'm reloading the whole game?
You might have
No.
to. I don't
No,
know.
it shouldn't reload the entire game.
It
It's
shouldn't.
more than likely just the updater. So you should be able to go ahead and just like kill that process, restart, and then redo it, and it should patch up quickly, and then do the normal update. So it'll update the updater, and then it will update the actual game client.
Yes.
Did they
Because,
make the
My updater
updater
hung
more
earlier.
They made
they
it more
make that
secure, supposedly.
more efficient this
More
time?
secure.
More efficient. So it doesn't have to like take forever to patch.
But yeah, today's patch was a rather quick one, from what I saw. Now, I don't know if it was just because there's no wipe today, so nobody was rushing to get here because all the lots were secure, and there wasn't a major rush to get the download today. But yeah, we would try that.
Okay,
And you also remember, like, the Steam updater is actually much faster because it only modifies changed files, whereas the regular patcher is still like patching a bunch of different things.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if it was still doing that or not.
Yeah, the regular patcher is still doing that, from what I can tell, because I'm still updating the regular patcher on my computer. I'm still patching resources.assets, and it's sitting there. So I'm step 5 of 6.
Touch
Well,
all
gentlemen,
the bits.
I shall be leaving you for a moment while I reboot this entire
Okay.
mess. I'll be back.
Okie
Cool.
dokie. We look forward to your update here in a few minutes when you get back.
It's a dirty patcher.
I mean,
Likes to touch all the bits.
if you're gonna do the belly dance,
I didn't think about
you might
that.
as well do it intentionally, the proper way. But I do need to change my lighting because it's completely messed up.
There we go. Oh my goodness. Yes, and for those of you watching out here, we are showing off the new belly dance. Jack actually got down to his skivvies.
Put on some clothes.
Yeah, so we do have the new, some.
Yeah, that looks like the that gyration you're doing there. It's like slap the butt.
Oh yeah,
Just gonna love all the stuff we can do with all these new modes.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't even have my clothing set on this one. But anyway, we've got all sorts of great stuff to talk about here today. What are we going to do? Are we going to go through the release notes real quick and go through a lot of this stuff? Where's my shirt?
yeah. Hey, I gotta find mine too. I want to know why they put sleeves on my Royal Founder's cloth chest armor.
That's always
I thought that was the one.
is
I thought I
the
was wearing
cloth
the
has
sleeveless
it.
variety.
The leather doesn't.
Okay, so the leather is the short sleeves?
Yes, that's what I'm wearing.
Okay. So new emotes. Do you have the release instructions up?
I do. I'm going to show off a couple of the other new emotes. We've got the Truth, Love, and Courage emotes came in. And there's the Courage emote, yes.
I've got the truth up.
I see. Briar Vesper will love that one. Make you raise your hand.
Oh, love.
And I
You're
love-
making
yeah.
a little pledge.
And the love, yes. I love you. I love you dearly.
Now, why are the
Get your
hands on the
off
hips?
my nut butter.
Why are the hand on the hips?
Gotta make it look smexy. But yes, there are some new emotes out there for the folks to play with. We've got the belly dance, the Truth, Love, and Courage emotes. And you can find out where those are in the Release 28 instructions. But of course, we're going to be nice and tell them, aren't we, Jack?
Well, they're in the release instructions. So
Right. We
you
just
know what?
told you where to find it out. Is in the Release 28 instructions. Remember,
Yeah,
if these
one
people,
thing that
if a lot of people read this stuff, we wouldn't have a job now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I knew I forgot to do something. Got to do that manually.
What did you forget to do?
The tweet.
What? You forgot the tweet after getting that image all set up. Destroy
That's
all
what's-
humans.
Yes,
That's what's wrong with your bird.
Because it won't let me. Schedule them. I don't know why it won't let me schedule them.
And I need to turn off a certain thread from sending me email.
You mean the one when I add images? Don't you
No,
turn that off?
I'm talking the thread on the official forums.
Oh, which one?
Oh, Luca found us.
Yay!
Yes. And Justin says hi too.
Hello,
Hi.
Justin. Yes, we didn't say hello to everybody out there today. Welcome everybody
Yes.
who's in stream. Welcome everybody who's listening on the radio. Let me find and get this out there real quick for everybody. Today's laugh. There it is.
Hello.
Hello. All right,
There it
Casey's slacking. We definitely need someone playing some instruments
I'm
right now.
telling you, now he wants to know how Schroeder got his job.
I'm not slacking. I've got them all lined up. That one just didn't want to play.
Okay. So let's see.
Blame it
Do
on
you
the
have the release notes up
Yes,
yet?
they've been on
Release
screen for
notes
a couple minutes here.
Are
At
you
least I'm
sure?
not crashing, yo.
Yo,
I know.
yo.
What's up, yo?
Did you notice anything different over here today? I mean, was it me? Did we start in darkness?
The fact that there's a third
Or was the
seat
light
missing?
factor different today?
Lights
Well,
are different.
the lights are completely different now.
Yes.
But if you play around with the saturation on your video settings, you can actually adjust some of that. So it's like if the saturation's way up. It's kind of like looking at HDR images, which are super. I don't know what you want to call it. And if you lower the saturation all the way down, it's almost like a black and white game.
Yep.
Super whatchamacallit.
Yeah, so I'll play with saturation way up right now. Well, let's see what happens.
Super
So-
Ultimate Jump Fest 8.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's Scroda and Horsey. Joining
Did
us
you-
today.
Did you get my message I typed in last?
I did not, but give me 1 second. I'll look.
She's still patching.
Yeah, I'm going to have to be voice only today. I'm sorry, boys.
No, that's all
Nope.
right.
No
Is that
cute outfits today.
Oh,
I only have 2 chairs at my place.
Yeah, so
yeah, where's the?
we couldn't
Where's
even
the
offer you a
chairs?
place to sit here. This guy's so poor over here, he can't afford any chairs. Where are your royal family shares?
No one.
Where do I file a complaint?
No one's bought my. No one's bought my nut butter. So
If I buy you
what am I
some
supposed
nut,
to do?
will you be able to afford chairs?
Yes, if you
Well,
bought
maybe.
nut butter,
We'll
you
see.
can afford a stool. All right, let's get on the release notes.
I can't even afford stool samples.
So-
Hold on. Before we do the release notes, let's go ahead and get our update from Jade, because we're going to be into this release note thing for the rest of the show, most likely. So, Jade, do you want to give us your update on the Virtue League and what happened last night out there?
You betcha. We had 11 fighters, a little under our last couple of weeks, but getting close to this patch. I think that was predicted. We did have 2 divisions. Kendrick is still wiping the floor. Come on, guys. Somebody get in there and kick his butt.
Not me. I'm just a
and-
bard.
And Wazkeg was the winner of Tier 2.
Congrats.
Very good.
And Kendrick still... Oh, wait a minute. What the heck? My computer hates...
One of them days.
Okay. And the leaderboards are, big surprise, Kendrick Darrell, Job, and again, Stank, who is missing in action. But right below him will be Para. So we as a committee haven't decided what to do about players that just disappear. So, but that's the way it stands. Kendrick, Job, Stank, and in 4th, and I'm sure Para couldn't get in last night. I think he had connectivity problems. I'm sure he will. He's really good, and I'm sure he'll bump up really soon.
Absolutely. Yeah, he has connectivity problems. That's we've known that for some time with him. Unfortunately, some players do have to deal with that here in the game. Now, real quick, I understand that Sparhawks Happy Hour took place right after the Virtue League last night. And that was actually in your town, was it?
Yeah, it was nice. About a month ago, Stryker asked us if we could host it in our town, and we said sure. It was well attended. We had a dev show up. His name was Gix.
Yes, we know.
Matt.
And I tried to ask, you know me, I got to sneak one in. I said, so what is Gix in charge of? And they said he drops trolls in different places, so I didn't bother him about my books.
That's right.
He is
The
also
animation
the animator. Yeah, so he's the lead animator at Port Elarium. So that
He's in
is
charge
Matt
of the Belvedere.
Schmitz.
Yes. Shh.
But yeah, it was a good party. In fact, we actually had to shut the bar down to get him out of the bar.
Yeah, Giggs came by the studio yesterday. He visited. He always pops in on our studio when he's taking a break, or he'll just be working on one machine and he'll hang out there at the shop. And he dropped a couple purple llamas just hanging out. Had one hanging out behind the bar. Sindria had one over her property. And he was decorating Owl's Head with purple llamas yesterday. Actually, they were Vortex llamas, as it may be. The Energy Vortex llama. Let me get it correct. Ooh.
Well, you know me. The only thing I'm really interested in is book titles. But I didn't ask him. I didn't bother him. I was a good girl.
Well, I tried making something today on a piece of paper and it failed miserably. But I rushed it, so I'll have to try it again here in a little while. And again,
I'll be interested.
We're going to be seeing them fix some patches, and I'm sure some patches are going to break a couple other things. Par for the course here today. But thank you for the update today, Jade. Again, you're going to be patching. Please listen in, chime in, give us any of your takes on what we have here, and we go through these instructions. And now,
thank you for having me, Les.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I just love getting updates from the community
Thank
on the
you.
things that are happening out there.
Looks like Shroud left his pants in your
I
hot
saw
tub
that.
at the party last
Got
night.
me all excited.
Yeah.
But back to the release notes. Starting release 28 March 31st, 2016. Do we want to do the spoilers? We're going to skip the spoilers.
We will go ahead and do the spoiler section. Artifice is delayed.
Spoiler.
We'll just mention that.
Don't
We
listen.
won't go through and read everything, but we'll just do the big portions, the big
highlighted stuff.
Artifice has been delayed. Superstition Canyon actually came in release 27. That is a control point between Forsaken Vale and South Palladius. The Shores of Malice and Malice, that has come in, and we actually have some pictures of it. Then Norgard, which is going to be where the northwest section, which is over where all Skrek is been fleshed out some. So you actually have Mud, which is a town, Estgard, Norreach, a town, Norgard Fens, Naryard Moors, Thrones Foothills, Valhold Forest, Naryard Woods, and then Skrek and the Caverns of Skrek. And we've seen these in the weekly updates. Yes. Then the Quell region was also fleshed out with South Quell Woods, North Quell Woods, Sawtooth Thicket, North Quell Way, Boreas Colossus, and the Crag. So the Colossus statues have gone into the game. So remember, that is going to be your truth, love, and courage. And so it segments the different aspects of the map. And someone's texting me a lot.
Yeah, I heard that.
But I'm silent.
Yeah.
The Maury Show. You are the father.
Jesus, Casey. No, I'm reading this text message.
But he can't have enough fun here online. He's got to text you in real life, too.
Yeah.
You bastard.
I know. So Elysium ended up with a few scenes: the Whispering Woods, Twins, Foothills, Elysian Plains, Elysium Mines, and the Rumor Peaks. So I'm glad that the Elysium Mines have also gone in. So we actually have another place for mining. So we will find out what kind of ore nodes are in there. I have not checked that out.
Have not been.
Xenos. Yeah. Oh, they haven't been.
I haven't been.
Okay.
As I'm waiting to get to the Rise and Fall.
Oh yeah.
You gotta rise out of Jack.
Oh, you betcha. Every morning.
Okay. Yep.
Scroda said, hey baby, smiling face with open mouth.
Yeah. So Xenos, the town of Xenos, is next up in Path of Truth. So that's going in. Norreach, tiny town on the northern coast of Novia, will be joined by a host of other Verdantis region scenes in release 29. The Longfall region has been fleshed out some as well, with East Longfall Wetland, South Longfall Wetland, South Longfall Road, Longfall Woods, and Blood River Forest. And I know that Laz and I played around in the QA server in some of the Longfall scenes, and the one with the treehouse was cool.
Yeah, you got to go out there and check out the Big Boy Jungle Gym treehouse in one of those scenes. I hope they make that stuff craftable and we're able to put it in player own towns. It'd be really cool. Really, really cool. Hear that, guys?
Yeah. So anytime I get to play around in tree houses, I'm always a happy man.
I tell you, whether in real life or in the virtual worlds. Although it's more fun when you fall out of a tree house in a virtual world. You don't get hurt. You don't spend 3 days in the hospital.
Yeah.
Just make sure we don't...
Okay, so...
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to go on to the Grunwald section.
Yeah, I was going to say, make sure we don't fall out of the crow's nest at Hobloth.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, that's going to suck.
Grunwald.
The real question, will I be able to climb it? Yeah. So out in Grunwald, we have the Vauban Pass control point and the Brissac Forest, as well as the Sequana Colossus. Out in Celestis, the city can be found near Solania in the perennial coast. So maybe that means that the boat going between Solania and Celestis will actually work now. Out in South Palladius, we have the Tenebrous Harbor, Pinmoir Island, Sunless Barrens, Oracle Colossus, as well as the Bramble Town. Out in North Pilatus, we have the Fortis Inn, Northwood, and U.
Like that.
U.
Little throwback.
U.
Yes. U.
I know.
U.
Next, they're going to have Scarabrea, as well as like Magentia, New Magentia, and some other stuff.
Other continents.
Yes, the Midras ruins we have seen pictures of before, I believe. That is a PvP zone. It is an ancient ruined city corrupted by shards of obsidian. And the Rise, this new dungeon, is the largest dungeon to date. The Rise is the first of the main hubs in the underworld and connects multiple dungeon maps.
I got word the next scene coming in is cupcakes.
Cupcake scene?
It's going to be one massive cupcake map. Simple passage through the massive dungeon for travel purposes only takes a few minutes once mastered. Those fearless adventurers brave enough to take a deeper dive will find multiple hours of exploration ahead of them.
Literally.
So the Rise is not for the unskilled adventurer. Oh, you know what?
To die.
With full with the colors moved the saturation moved all the way over to the right. Holy shiz. You should go. I'm playing around in Al's head with Jack the Lamplighter. And oh my god, that's beautiful. Maybe I'll go over to it after I'm done reading this stuff. The Rise is not for the unskilled, so multiple skill-based challenges, a half dozen unique player experiences, and several encounters targeted at groups of skilled players. So the Rise is old school hardcore dungeon crawling at its finest. Bring friends you trust, plenty of supplies, and maybe even some graph paper just to find your way around in there.
Definitely.
Rhoda doesn't get scared.
Yeah. And then after that, we do have a bunch of other information about the starting scene items. We made a complete pass through the starting scenes to make sure that all items that looked like they could be taken by the player could be, and those items were either usable as decorations or could be salvaged for scrap. We plan to propagate this through the entire game over time. In the Resolute, they added street lamps and porch lights to the city. And then I'm trying to teach myself belly. Will it work? What? Damn. Still not working.
Yeah.
Yes, trade doesn't work between my two characters. Damn. Yep. Okay, so can't learn belly. Oh, trade doesn't work right now.
Trade wasn't working on QA either.
Okay, so then after that, we can skip castle defense scenario delayed. So looking for that in release 32 until after release 32. So town sieges after release 32. It's like, wow, oh jeez, somehow I just went to the top of the page. Damn it, where the hell was I?
We should down.
And I even changed threads. Yeah. The Kabbalists have been delayed. The NPCs lying down, we now have expanded the behavior set of NPCs to include lying down. You'll start to see this in the routines over the next several releases. Examples include the long-suffering guard Winslow and Owlshead, who though wounded, hasn't slept in bed properly since release 1. So they sped up the close-to-talk time, so as you go talk to an NPC, it should happen a lot faster. So hopefully they have fixed the chat lag problem. Wisps will be summonable via wisps. Then skills, you can now untrain a skill. It was listed as forget a skill, but it was modified to untrain. Low health effects, whenever your health does get low, your screen does go red, and there are some other effects. They have removed level caps.
No caps. This release only. So far.
Yeah. I did silly things, and I have no idea where I'm at. Okay, let's see.
Don't break it.
The Summon Wisp skill is in there. The Safe Fall, which is the new skill in the Subterfuge tree, will reduce the amount of damage taken. You will need it if you're playing around in the Rise, probably. Skills and character user interface. They removed the placeholder stats UE and removed much of that information to either skills UE or the character sheet. Which means that you can no longer hit V and look at everything.
Bye.
I like that. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. That's sad. The skills UE user interface has been improved to include an overview of stats about each tree. And if you actually look at the right-hand side, it's all the skills that have leveled up recently. The number shown on each skill tree is the sum of the skills in that tree. More stats may be added in the future. More stats may be added in the future. Also, more skills, kind of like how they just added the Safe Fall skill. So damage resistance and damage avoidance are now shown in the character sheet user interface, which is actually kind of good. Then after that, let's see, damage absorption is now presented as a component of damage resistance. The term damage absorption is no longer used. Tooltips have been added to some stats that are displayed in the character sheet. So new tooltips with things. We'll have to pay very close attention to look at that. So the skill tree icons, those have been completely changed.
Pretty.
Yes, which...
Laz,
Yes.
what happened to your studio?
Tornado.
Tornado, that's a bug.
Yes, that
We've
is
relocated.
Yes, come on up north, go up to where the skill trainer is, and then head west out that exit, where Kendrick used to live, down through that exit. And follow west down there. We're over in Jack's lot right now. We're waiting for the bug to be fixed. But yes.
That's crazy.
Is that wild?
It's wicked. I mean, it's like you couldn't do that on purpose almost.
Yeah, look at Seamus's lot as you come up the road.
So skill icons have been significantly changed. So you now have 3 different circles, one for combat, one for magic, and one for strategy.
Please
and
give
then
us the option
all the
to
different
put it
skills
back
around
in
it.
text. Please,
Into list mode, you mean?
Yes, in list mode.
Laz disapproves.
Just learned where everything was after a year. I could find everything with the boom, and all of a sudden now it's like, what the fuck?
Times change.
I know. I mean, Laz has to adapt. Hopefully it will happen.
I had to get used to list mode. I really, really, truly wanted to use backpack mode for that old UO experience, but no, I had to learn how to use list mode. I had no choice. Yeah, exactly. I had no choice but to adapt to list mode. I just got used to it, just learned it, and now we're back to icons. Killing.
On the QA server, there was actually an update to backpack mode.
You'll get used to it.
Yes, and all
on
that
the QA
does
server.
Yes, that's it. That should be
We're
in
actually
now
on the dev
too. We'll
server.
hit that here in just a minute. Let's
On the
continue
dev
on
server
down.
there. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Skill advancement UE. That is any skills that advance during a play session now display the experience bar for that skill as well as the total change of each skill level on screen during the session. That is on the far right hand side. So that allows the player to see the total progress that each skill has made during the session. Death Field no longer usable in non-combat mode. Engage is now usable in non-combat mode and will auto-switch to combat mode upon successful use. Earthquake now includes a chance of knockdown instead of stun. But if you are jumping around someone that's earthquaking and you are in the air when it goes off, it will not hit you. So Life Reach should now correctly extend the range and radius of all life magic instead of just healing ray. Poison weapon damage from poison weapon has been double, but no longer affects undead or elementals.
Like that one.
Yeah, coup de grace, the damage on near-death targets increased from 2 times to 5 times. So if you're going to use coup de grace, it is actually useful now. Air's Embrace, Enlightenment, and Strength of Earth, all those buffs can now be used outside of combat as well as in combat. The Cure Plague Potion will temporarily prevent propagation and provide immunity for a limited amount of time, therefore potentially breaking the endless cycle of zombie nastiness.
Yay.
So I think that is a good big yay. So the crafting, this is where Jade, you will probably want to tell us your experiences on the QA server with the crafting recipe book polish. So we have a look of the crafting book as well as the crafting station user interface. Do you think those have been significantly improved?
And are there any cupcakes?
The QA server?
Well, I'm looking at the book right now. I did not play on QA. It's prettier. The book is prettier, but like the bodice top, just under tailoring, let's say, that doesn't look anything like what the bodice top really looks like. It's a little corset thing, so that picture is still not right. It's prettier.
Yeah.
That's about it. You probably already covered this, but once you put something in a bag, it comes off your list. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, that's what we were talking about. I don't think we actually got to that, but we mentioned it. That
excites me a lot.
And it excites a lot of people who, been looking for that, so that when I put something in a container, it doesn't appear on that list, and when I go looking for it, it's in the container just the way it's supposed to be.
I wonder if I can hand somebody a bag with a few things in it, and it will have it in it.
That is yet to be seen.
We don't know that yet.
Yeah.
I gotta go buy a backpack. I'll be back.
Well, you can't trade anything right now, so it's going to be about a moot point trying to...
Yeah.
Oh.
Planting.
Okay,
yes,
so
Luca,
also...
we'll cover that here in a second.
Also, as far as the crafting station user interface, they added a new window to the crafting stations to deliver information that includes success chance, critical chance, and whether placed items represent an unlearned recipe, which should help with learning new recipes. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
very nice.
So that, bulk crafting and salvaging is going to be in. And you can now craft with obsidian items, so people can go play around in the Hilt Fortress and go play around with Forge there. Don't forget to bring a party to do that. Yeah,
you passed a big one there, but you're jumping right to the obsidian.
What?
Bulk crafting and salvage.
I read it.
I didn't hear you say that.
You didn't read it with enough enthusiasm, I'm sure.
That's right, do it over.
I think it's because I don't like the idea of bulk crafting.
Well, I wanted to comment on it. Is for those people who wanted it, they've got it. But one of the things I've learned about it is that you know how people said, it's tedious, it hurts, it's macro would help, blah blah blah. Well, this is a sort of a give me for that one. You can do it one by one. It takes X amount of time to do one, or you can do 100 at a time, but it takes the same amount of time, which means if you got to do 100, you're going to make one, and then you're going to make one, and then you're going to make one, and then you're going to make one, and you're going to take the same amount of time as it takes to make them one at a time. You're not going to just do them all in bulk and poof. So I sort of like that. That the time factor is there regardless of how you do it. If you make one by hand, same way. If you make 20 by hand, same way. It's still going to take you the same amount of time. You're not getting no magical shortcut. So I like
that's an interesting compromise.
Yes, I like what they did with that. So that's why I was waiting for you to say it. I'm going, did he go to cover that one?
Yeah, I said it, but I just ran right through it. Coconut trees. This is actually kind of interesting. This is
Helped us
kind of
with our
funny
nut butter.
because coconuts, which are vital in the crafting of
Or nuts.
coconut bras and in rapid transport, because remember, if you have coconuts equipped as your horse, you actually do run faster than if you did not have
Absolutely.
coconuts
Oh, is this
equipped.
new?
No, it's been in the game for a very long time.
Yeah,
It's like
been there
one and
since,
a half
the beginning.
run speed.
All right, I didn't notice
1.5%
because it,
X.
'cause
Yeah.
it actually slows me down.
No, it speeds you up.
Speeds you up.
But
You equip
Slows
that-
wrote it down. I mean,
Yeah, that brings me to this. This tells me that eventually we will actually have a difference between pine trees and elm trees, so that way you can actually know what you're harvesting, and maybe they'll put in oak trees, and pecan trees, and other trees
eventually.
eventually.
Yeah, well, I want to see apples and orange and lemon trees
Yeah.
and banana trees.
Then the agriculture growth rate indicator. This is kind of cool because
this is
if
what
you
Luca
pick
was
up a
asking
pot,
about.
you can you have this new information with the growth rate 1x, and if you look all the way inside of my greenhouse, you can actually go move those around, and you will see growth rate as ×2. So depending on where you put your planters, it will affect your growth rate, and that does tell you as soon as you try to click and drag something. I wish that they would, if you just clicked on it, it would come up, but you actually have to kind of pick it up and try to move it around before you see the growth rate. So that is part of a new GUMP there. And yes, yep.
When making nut butter, you can see my growth rate.
Oh, yeah. So those people that have been asking for single player offline mode, it is working for other players, so it has been enabled along with a... Please note that progress made in this mode is not stored on the server and will be overwritten when patched until the save games feature is implemented. So no saved games right now, and so if there are patches, it will wipe your progress right now.
Yes.
So yeah, so some of the offline features have been delayed, allowing functions, AI conversations, pathfinding, housings to work robustly on the client without server verification took slightly longer than planned. So they pushed some of those features for those that are only interested in single player offline mode. They have started their initial processes of hardening the services. So there's a little bit better client authentication and server to harden the service for security and customer service. Special attention was paid to the patcher, and if you notice today that there was a new update to the patcher, and then it would actually do the actual update. So sheet music is going to be essentially ABC files on sheet music, so that way you can easily trade songs with other people. And then in order to play it, yes. So we will see Neon Milk all over the place, as well as Stones on sheet music. Then in order to play sheet music, as long as you have an instrument enabled, you will just need to double click on that sheet music to play it. So that's actually kind of cool. And the Neon Milk rewards went into the game. I don't own those, so
I do not either.
yeah. So then let's see, player
You guys
homes.
don't own something?
right?
I don't even own a cabinet, man.
That's funny but true. Yes, there is something that Jack and I don't own.
I'm gonna hunt that down.
Well, it doesn't mean we're not on the hunt for them ourselves. We just don't have them right now. That's funny. But player homes.
Player homes.
We got some new decoration coming in. I like these.
So the one thing that we have been asking for is guest lot binding. Players who have guest or higher permissions can now bind for recall to that lot. So that is something that we've all been waiting on. Which actually gives people a reason for, hey, can I bind to your lot? So usage log clearing. Owners of player-owned towns and lots can now clear the usage logs of containers. The automated phonograph, unlike a normal phonograph, which can only play one wax cylinder, this is a 6 CD changer available in the add-on store. You can store up to 8 wax cylinders and play them as a random playlist. And the ornate automated phonograph will store up to 16 wax cylinders. So that, and then you have the giant pavers. These are 4 times as big as the large pavers, which makes them great for covering large areas such as town squares or roadways. Rough stone and rough wood versions can be crafted in-game, and other versions can be purchased in the add-on store. Ooh, I might need to spend a lot of time in the add-on store this month.
Something you've been looking at, to pave your roads in your towns. This is one of the answers.
Yes,
yeah, the only problem is the only problem with that is, even for like the walls and the palisades that I want in my town, they shouldn't make it. I've already spent several $1,000s on my player-owned town. The customization should not cost me another $1,000.
Yeah.
So those large pavers, give me like 20 or 30 of them and allow me to actually build a road. But if you think about 20 or 30 large pavers, isn't going to get me very far.
True.
I mean, that might be. Yeah, and
wouldn't
all
get me far in a whole fast or crossroads either, but
Yeah, so it's one where it's like they need to make those assets actually affordable for player-owned town owners, So we the Cobalt homes and decorations. They do have several Cobalt homes and decorations that are available on the add-on store, including the Twin Spire dueling village home or dwelling village home. Row houses, Cobalt style row houses, corkscrew wind generator, and wind power. So we should notice
there that almost nobody knows who Bob is. But Bob is the one who designs those, and everybody that says, "Hey, they're awesome," remember to thank Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, Bob's also the guy that did the airships. As he's done a lot of the actual housing, including the elf houses as well. So Bob Cooksey, you the man. Performance improvements. We will check tomorrow at the Fire Lotus party, but they think they've nailed down some of the performance issues that cause lagging scene generations. So, and I did talk to somebody yesterday, Chris, and he did say that he is hoping to get it up to where we can have 256 people in a scene.
Nice.
So in a player-owned town. Yeah, up to 256. Right now it's kind of capped around 100.
8 full bits.
That's right. Yeah. I think that hopefully we can get it up to 512 in a scene before it like completely shits itself. I think that would be a little bit better. And
absolutely.
That would be really cool.
All right, we
because
got plans for hundreds of people to be at some of these parties, literally. The Shooter Jennings release party was a good indication that would have been nice to have all those people in one scene.
That, and when the Lunch with Laz and Jack show becomes the most popular thing, it's going to be like Oprah. We're going to have to like do the auditorium thing.
Yeah,
eventually.
Right. I think that name needs to be changed a little bit to get some cupcakes that minute, but that's just me. Selfish.
Hey,
Lunch with Laz and Jack.
Listen, you got your name in the credits. You got your name on a T-shirt already. I tell you, this guy's getting pushy.
Yeah. So
now he wants a raise,
and he doesn't show up half the time. I tell you,
there's no place for me to sit. I showed up.
Yeah. I know.
He's busy making
that's why I'm dancing.
That's right. We keep him busy in the back making the nut butter. That's right. And shot glasses for our vodka.
That's right. So user interface optimizations, and this should significantly improve things. Part of the user interface is including the chat box, which is where some of that old lag was coming from, because it was re-updating and updating and updating and updating. So then AI optimizations, so improvements with animals and general performance. Simplified collisions, so hopefully reduces memory footprint and stops the camera from hitting things like roof beams inside of all kinds of different houses.
I want a see-through piano so my camera doesn't get stuck there.
How's it get stuck there?
Well, if you try to look behind you, your camera gets stuck on the piano.
Yeah, it's the camera angles when you're on the piano. You can't get a good shot of somebody playing the piano unless, it's a second person taking the shot, and even then it's not good. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up because we got a couple things to cover and we're running out of time.
9 minutes. Okay, so tomorrow we can pick up at the social and player character stuff. How about that?
Great. Sounds like, we
Do
got a lot of
quick
good
once
stuff.
over of the stand-up notes from yesterday, if you have time. There was a couple interesting things in there.
I have the stand-up actually here.
If not, let's get on the calendar and our thank yous to our sponsors.
Stand-up, like Jack said, was mostly bugs. There was a couple interesting things there.
The new stuff is the gondola. Fletcher, new guy Fletcher is playing around with new armors. Sick animations we talked about yesterday. Let's see. What other things are you looking for? Brittany Castle.
I can't remember. I just remember that I was going to poke some things at you yesterday. I apologize.
Treasure assets.
$7,000 a month is starting to pay off more in my legs than in my brain.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, but we've got lots of good stuff there. Lots of good stuff coming.
Yeah, we got plenty more to
the
talk
last thing
about
that I wanted,
tomorrow.
Yeah,
I want to show people the add-on store tomorrow. I want to flash that today.
We can flash it today because we did have that massive change to the user interface.
Yes.
So if you notice, we have 17 new specials. So all kinds of different things. Everything's there. Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Yes.
17 new specials. Look at this.
Oh wow.
Holy crap. A lot more since I looked last night.
One paver? Okay. The paver set includes 12 giant pavers. So if you look at the size of one, I can't tell if that's one paver or four pavers.
That looks like one.
Yeah.
Send me money for that, and I plan on making my balls for Port Larry and bring them up this weekend. And I promise Gina that the next time I do, I'll send them there. So if you want to help me ship my balls to Gina, let me know.
Yeah. So we do have 17 new items in the add-on store.
They cover up more space than what's in that little thumbnail, right?
Well, if you
that's
click
one
on,
paver.
I mean, that's on a
They're
village
huge.
lot. It's pretty huge. That's taken up. You can probably cover a village lot, which just does, set of those.
Okay, well, I mean, it comes with more than one.
Yeah, it comes with 20, you said? 12. I'm sorry, it comes with 12. But anyway.
And they're on sale right now from their regular price of $50. So that 50% off will actually help. But still, I don't see making those into roads. I don't see how.
They're really
unless
wide
you're playing with.
for roads.
Yeah. We need something different. But the short kilt is now in game, and
Yes,
Dallas's reaction was,
That was
"Man, that's short."
something we got to tell folks. If you bought a kilt out there in this past release, you got a refund for it, and it's in your account credit because they made whatever the glitch was between the long and short version. You now have to go repurchase that from the add-on store and pick the version you want. Did I get that correct? The way I read that?
Yeah, because the long kilt is still under recently added, and so you'll actually have to go through and just do the long kilt and then the short kilt if you want the short kilt.
I don't see the short kilt as an option.
Short kilt's the very first thing in the under specials. Scroll all the way to
there it
the
is.
top.
Never mind.
I think you should apply.
So yeah,
You
instead
can
of
either
getting
have a
us
short one.
for $8, then they'll get us for $16 for one of each. Damn you, Port Larry.
Yep.
So are the long kilts on females?
Kilts, man.
No, now
Are they
you
the
now you can
same?
wear them either way. You can Jack. You wait till you see Jack and I in short ones tomorrow. You may want to never see that again. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, we gotta say hello to our sponsors and thank our sponsors. We gotta say our goodbyes, and we are running short on time. So
Yeah,
let's
we've
go
got
ahead
5
and knock
minutes.
this out.
Calendar real quick. Today at I'll skip all the non-events. 7 o'clock tonight, Phoenix Republic is doing their PVE nights with so contact Phoenix, Kaizen Phoenix Fire or Malakis for that. It's going to start in Port Phoenix, and then PvP Gladiator Wars registration begins at 8. That's going to be out in Finchfield. Then the actual battles start at 9, and so that lasts 1 hour. So make sure and contact Pestilence to make sure and show up to that. So that's the calendar of just events for Thursday.
Yes. Don't forget to tune into our friends over at Avatar's Radio. Check out the DJs. They're all over there. But meanwhile, I want to thank our friend Ben over at Relics by Rill, relicsbyrill.com. Get all your official licensed soda swag, t-shirts, hats, patches, glassware, you name it, he's got it. Our friends over at sodamap.com, Jacob White for providing us with that wonderful, wonderful map. You'll never get lost with sodamap.com. Our friends over at sodataming.com and sodacraft.com. They've done all the hard work for you. All you got to do is go out there and look up what you want to find out. And of course, our friends over at Shroud Marketplace. That marketplace is getting full. Want to tell us about it, Jack?
Yeah, so Shroud Marketplace is your place to buy anything Shroud of the Avatar related, or if you have extras of things and you want to get rid of it, you can set it up for sale. That includes any kind of service that you're interested in. So if you wanted to play anything you want, if you wanted to set up hey, I want to be your DJ in game, you can do that like Scroda has. Or if you wanted to set up a wedding planning service, you can do that like Laz has. Or if you want to be like Brickbat, you can sit there and say, hey, I've got all these towns and I would like to rent you a lot. You can do that as well. So Shroud Marketplace is going to allow you to do anything Shroud of the Avatar related.
Absolutely.
One thing I'd like to promote personally is that I have begun offering custom etched glass, whether it's coffee cups, shot glasses, salt and pepper shakers, you name it.
Absolutely. And services like that are absolutely welcome out of Shroud Marketplace. You got custom designed items and you want to get them into the hands of people in Shroud of the Avatar, Shroud Marketplace is the place to go, folks. But we got to thank everybody who's out there watching today. We got to thank everybody for listening. We got to thank all the folks on the radio, on Radio Free Britannia, WRFB.rocks. Everybody out on YouTube, Twitch, on NBNN. We really
everybody watching after the fact. Thank you very much.
For those of you folks catching us in replays throughout the day in different countries, we're here for you 24/7. If you missed us, you can catch it on YouTube. You can catch it on the loop. You can catch it on the in-game radio. Jack, I want to say thank you to all the good folks out there for us.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening, and paying attention, and chatting with us. Thank you to Akush Lady, Centil, Numi, Mag, Tyus, Belbane, everybody that's playing around, Ginger Magician, that stopped by, Toxic Waste HD, Kendrick, Belbane, and let's see, who else? Dreadfully Despised, Justin. We can't ever forget to say thank you to you, and thank you, Jade, for coming on the show, and
thank you for tuning in, Stacy,
and of course the lovely Lady Jade for bringing us the update today. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, yes, thank you, everybody. We couldn't do it without you guys.
That's right. Alrighty, folks, we're gonna get out of here. We got lots to play with. We got lots to check out here in today's release. We'll be bringing you updates and more of the Release 28 notes and stuff that we missed today. We'll show you more about the stuff that's available in the store and anything else we can find between now and then. My name is Laz.
I'm Jack.
This is the Casey Cupcake.
And the Scroda.
And we are NBNN. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned to NBNN for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings, big sales on nut butter, and anything else we can bring you here in Shroud and the Avatar. See you all tomorrow for Friday's weekend wrap-up. We'll wrap it up for you, tell you what's in plan for your weekend's events, and more.
I just had a shooting star on my
Is that
stream.
what I saw?
Yeah,
Looks
you
like
saw
he's trying to make
shooting
it up.
stars. Made it in game.
Stars.
Gives you more of a reason to look up at the skies. Yeah. As I do the gypsy dance. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
It's like you're making nut butter. Shake it.
The